Good day, brothers and sisters in Christ. Welcome to our reflection for the solemnity of Saints Peter and Paul. The theme of our reflection is humility, the catalyst for missionary disciples. For flesh and blood did not reveal this to you. Matthew chapter 16, verse 7. Booker Washington, a celebrated African American educator, exemplified the benefits of humility. After assuming the presidency of Tuskegee Institute, he encountered a wealthy woman in an exclusive section of town. Unaware of who he was, she offered him a job to chop wood for her. Despite his busy schedule, Professor Washington agreed and performed the humble task. He carried the logs to her house and stacked them by the fireplace. A little girl recognized him and later revealed his identity to the woman. The next morning, the embarrassed woman visited him at the institute and apologized profusely. He accepted her apology, stating that he enjoyed manual labor and found it rewarding to help others. She reciprocated his gracious and meek attitude by persuading wealthy acquaintances to donate thousands of dollars to the Tuskegee Institute. The solemnity of Saints Peter and Paul reminds us of the significance of humility in the Christian life. These two apostles were different in every sense of the word. They had different missions. Peter was sent to the Jews, while Paul was sent to the Gentiles. Peter had the duty of maintaining the unity of the church, which during his time had spread throughout the Middle East and parts of Europe. Paul was responsible for expanding the church through his missionary efforts. Interestingly, whenever you see the statues of the apostles, Peter is always depicted as carrying a key, symbolizing the leadership he provides. At the same time, Paul is shown holding a Bible, signifying his preaching mission. The two apostles also differed markedly in their personalities. Peter is impulsive, often acting without fully considering the consequences. For example, he eagerly stepped into the water to follow Jesus, only to sink soon after because he focused on the waves. Or when he pledged to go to the cross with Jesus, only to deny knowing him 3 times before the cock crowed. This sometimes made him seem almost comical. Paul, by contrast, had a fiery and zealous temperament. He persecuted the church before his conversion, and he kept challenging the church by insisting that it should accept non-Jews. Unlike Peter, he was educated and able to explain how Jesus fulfilled Jewish expectations. It's no surprise that their relationship was often tense and occasionally hostile. However, they are always depicted embracing each other in icons. What do they have in common that we need to learn to become missionary disciples? Each of them possessed the virtue of humility, despite their differences, which enabled them to die to their former ways of life and recognize the full potential of their new life in Jesus. Humility played a significant role in their accomplishments, as is exemplified in the life of Booker Washington. If we are not missionary disciples, it is because we have yet to discover the true meaning of humility and its role in our Christian life. This failure results from our forgetting our mortality, that one day we shall die. Peter and Paul knew this well enough. They saw themselves as dead men walking. This is evident in 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 9. Their awareness of death enabled them to commit to what was most important. Steve Jobs demonstrates how the awareness of mortality can inspire a commitment to what truly matters. And I quote, "Remembering that I'll be dead soon is the most important tool I've ever encountered to help me make the big choices in life. Because almost everything, all external expectations, all pride, all fear of embarrassment or failure, these things just fall away in the face of death, leaving only what is truly important. Remembering that you are going to die is the best way I know to avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose. You are already naked. There is no reason not to follow your heart." End of quote. Interestingly, in baptism, we declare that we have died to ourselves and begun a new life in Christ. We have made the fundamental choice. Celebrating this solemnity encourages us to embrace humility, which enables us to empty ourselves and allow Christ to express himself in each of us. This is what Peter and Paul exemplified, so that despite their differences in mission and personality, they laid the foundation of our Christian faith. So this week, I challenge you to do the following. First, imagine that you have 1 year to live and complete the following statements. I wish I had spent more time on fill in the blank. And the second statement, I wish I had spent less time on fill in the blanks. Secondly, list out some of the activities that will make you a missionary disciple of Jesus and pay attention to them. Have a blessed week.